This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on his own. Jamie, congratulations to you and the team. I'm sure it's going to get pretty chaotic when the boys walk in.
I'm sure they're on the way.
In a minute.
I just heard chaos.
You can kind of hear a little echo down the corridor. But deservedly so, Sami, what a performance on his debut. You must be really, really proud.
Yeah, of course. You know, obviously, Sami's been around boxing for a long time, but that was both them guys' first fight. So to put a performance in like that in front of a crowd and under that type of pressure was it was great.
We were talking about this when we was out having a couple of drinks the other night. He's a man who's kind of made for the big stage in terms of he's got the looks, he's got that style. There's a real appeal to him. He could be kind of a movie star. We were saying he just owned this week.
Yeah. He's made for it. He really is. He's confident, like you say. He's good looking. He can fight. He's got all the attributes what you need to sort of be liked. I think he's got ambitions about going into eventually, you know, films or acting and stuff like that. And I feel like he's one of those people. Whatever he puts his hand to, he'll be good at it. And I thought his timing was really good tonight, which you don't often see on Misfits. You know, his right hand was the timing of it was beautiful. I thought he rushed it a little bit, you know, knowing what I've known of him over the last three months or so. He's usually a bit more patient than that, but obviously the occasion, the crowd and stuff like that. But all in all, cracking performance. I thought the ref should have stopped it 2 or 3 times before it actually got stopped. But other than that, no complaints.
Yeah, I know there's been rave reviews online already. Misfits will obviously be delighted with kind of the package as a whole of what they've seen. But for you, you've trained world champions, you've trained British champions and everything in between. Did you have any slight reservations, in all honesty, about taking on a fighter who's in a completely different scene to the professional outfit you used to?
The facts of it all are, they came to us and they was interested in joining the gym and they trained with us, and I agreed. I liked them both, they're beautiful kids, really nice lads. I agreed to train them both and then found out afterwards that one of them was a pro and one of them was fighting on Misfits. But it is what it is. He's still boxing. It's not the level of professional boxing, but it's more of an entertainment industry, and like we've just been saying about Sami, he's made for this type of stage.
I guess it's what about they bring to the gym as well. So I suppose you could have a world champion in the gym who might ruffle a bit of feathers and upset the brilliant kind of feeling that you've got inside your gym. But regardless of what someone's doing, if they're bringing good vibes and positive energy, then I guess it can only help even the likes of Jack Catterall, who are fighting at the elite.
Atmosphere, for me, when you get to a certain level in boxing, there's not much. There's only small little percentages what can make a difference when you're at the sort of top end. And the atmosphere in the gym is one of the most important things. And that's why I'm really careful about the size of the gym, the type of characters we bring in. Not that I've got a problem with any sort of certain type of character, but I need to make sure the energy in the gym is always good and positive. And you know the old saying, you know, one bad apple can spoil the whole barrel. I'm really cautious about it. So the lads came down, everyone was got on with them. There was good energy, good characters. You know, it's like an art gym. Everyone sort of likes having a laugh around each side of where the hard training gets done. So they fitted in really well.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Can't wait to see what Sami is to do next. Was you put under any pressure from Naz? I've got to quickly ask this. Or not pressure, did you feel any pressure? Because, I mean, all week people have spoken about Naz and Sami comparisons, and he goes, look, I'm in my own lane. He gets it. We all get it. But was there any little bits of pressure that you felt? I guess you're trying to teach a style, and everyone just presumes that the style is going to be kind of a replica of what we saw from Prince Naz back in the day.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, one of the main things I'm conscious of as a coach is all fighters are individual. They all have their own sort of traits, positives. Everyone has weaknesses. You have to work the style around it. So, and I feel like I'm pretty good at adapting with their style. I don't sort of coach one style, and it was quite obvious straight away that Sami, even though he carries natural power, he wasn't that sort of flamboyant, extravagant style, but he had that demeanour about him. So and there's a big difference. Naz was so unorthodox in the way he fought. Sammy's more orthodox, but still carries that timing and that power like Naz did. So you know, I wouldn't. I'd be crazy to go, you're Naz's son, so I'm going to try and coach you like Naz used to fight. That'd be insane.
Yeah. Me and Charlie, I've got to say, we're laughing at one little thing. Turn up to Misfits with a massive entourage, world champion trainer in the corner, the best 140-pounder in the world in the corner, taking liberties really on his Misfits debut, isn't he?
Yeah, do you know what?
Let's be honest.
Do you know what? The psychological factor is big in boxing, and in all honesty, it wasn't done by design. It was just the lads going, we'll come over, it'll be a good crack that, and then that's just how it is, and I understand it, I get it, but I found myself in this position. I didn't choose to be here. It just fell on my lap, and I've just had to go with it.
A little fight week in Dublin, not a bad position to be forced into. I'll say that.
Of course.
Jack Catterall, a little delay to the fight with Regis Prograis. Does anything change in that time?
No, not at all.
Just a bit more time for both guys to think.
In
about
all
a big
honesty,
fight.
it's probably a blessing in disguise, because it might have been. Or maybe the little setback was caused by him going straight back into camp, too close to the last time, and his body wasn't quite ready for it. So he's had a little bit more time in between to let his battery recharge, and you can see in the way he's performing straight away. Now we've got 8 weeks to go, and he's absolutely flying. So massive amount of respect for Regis Prograis. What a phenomenal fighter he is. But the reason why we tried to make this fight, and it came from our side, was because Jack Catterall performs better against the opposition, and he's probably got more chance of being pushed close against a lesser fighter by him taking the eye off the ball than he would be against someone like Regis Prograis, because he knows he's got to perform at his absolute best. So, and it'll take someone like Prograis to bring the best out in Jack. So yeah, that was the thinking behind it, and you know, I've said it for quite a few years now. I believe Jack's the best 140 fighter on the planet. I still believe that, and that's the reason why we've took Regis Prograis.
Yeah. In terms of Jack and afterwards and what a win over Regis Prograis can do, is it something you think about? Because obviously he has Sam Jones, a management team, a promotional team, but it's a pretty sexy division, I'm not going to lie. So already the fight hasn't happened, but I'm hearing people say Liam Parrow, Haney at 140 for Jack. But that hasn't happened. I know he won't be thinking about that. Do you kind of have little thoughts about little paths and plans for Jack?
I think obviously, just because of the timing, there wasn't an option, and we understood it. And he doesn't want to be sat hanging around waiting for a world title shot. He wanted to stay active, and the reason why we've ended up falling into this position where we're fighting Regis. I've no doubt Eddie will make sure that he gets him a world title after this. He's promised him it. And he actually promised him it if he beat Josh Taylor, and only because of the delay, it sort of messed the timing of it up, and it couldn't fall into place where it could have been made. But I've no doubt they'll make it for him. There's some great fights out there for him. I believe he beats them all. I really do, and it's just a matter of getting the opportunity to prove it.
Yeah. Obviously, you get to headline at the Co-op Arena, which is a massive moment for Jack, for Manchester, for you as a coach. But you must fancy a little trip down under.
Do you know what? I'd love him to fight Parrow. I think it's a great fight. I think stylistically it's a really good fight for us.
A fighter you rate, a fighter you like?
Yeah, I really do. But and every time I say it, I feel like Jack can beat somebody. It's not a disrespect to them. It's the fact that I've seen what Jack can do, and I rate him so highly. The fact that I feel like he can beat him. But and I've never been to Australia, so I'd love to set the trip down there. So hopefully Eddie can pull it out of the bag.
What way to christen Australia for the first time? That would be go over there with Jack and do the business. Just one final thing, Jamie. What does the next few weeks entail for you in the gym? Anything coming up for us?
What have we got coming up? We've got Hannah Robinson, who's got a second pro fight on the 27th of September on the Charlie Edwards bill. And then I've got Cameron Vong on the 28th, the next night. I think that's been moved to London now. Johnny Fisher's going to top. And then the next one after that is Jack. So I'm sure we'll have quite a few more coming up after that. I think we've got Adam Hamed is going to be out in October, just waiting for a date. I think Sami's going to be back out in November, December. So we're going to be busy old boys leading up to Christmas.